My dear brothers and sisters, welcome to this very special presentation of today's topic, which I have been informed to all of you. Viral the real love, viral the real love to diffuse the corona virus. Let us start off with the presentation. You know, there are 4 types of people who come to this line to move towards higher dimensions of life. They are called Artha, Jignasu, Artharthi, Gnani. Artha is the one who is now stuck with misery, pain, agony. Imagine that you are stuck with cancer or COVID. That is the first type of people who come into this line of yoga. And the second, Jignasu, person who is very curious about things and is curious to know things. Just like a child is very curious to know more and more things. So nowadays, yoga is becoming very popular, and Swami Ramdev's program, 50,000 people come. Let me see what's happening there. Second group of people who come here. Artho Jignasu, Artharthi. Third one is always interested in making money, business. And he says now the IT is coming down, so let me see alternatives to do that. So he takes this as a business venture. Make franchise and see whether I can make good money out of this entire thing. And the last is the Gnani, person who is in search of truth and to see where we have to go to fathom the whole reality. This is what a modern scientist would do. Therefore, 4 types of people come to me. Sri Krishna Bhagavan is telling, those who come into this line of yoga, and what is the purpose of this? The purpose is to move from our normal level to become the great human beings, divine human beings, and reach the highest levels of perfection. So this is the dimension that comes up. And what we have to do about these things? How do we go about doing these things? We have now systematized methods to do that. Systematized methods to see how we grow to greater and greater heights. And Swami Vivekananda said that there are 4 streams of yoga, 4 main paths. You can use the intellect to go to greater and greater heights, or you take to the path of willpower, the Raj Yoga, or the path of emotions, or the path of action. You can choose any one of them, or 2 of them, 3 of them, or all of them. And Swami Vivekananda said, be free. So the first level is to find out what we are made of. The Asuri Sampat and the Daivi Sampat, as it has been told, the 2 main gunas, or what we call as the Sampat, the demonic vices and the divine virtues. So it is first identified. It's akin to finding our weakness and strengths. In the weakness, we have this damba, darpa, bhimana, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, anger, greed, jealousy, hatred, infatuation, arrogance. All these things are the ones which come under the category of asuri sampat, our weaknesses, our negative emotions. Then we have the positive virtues, our strengths, compassion, love, service, give more and more to others than what we receive, and full of emergence, forgiveness, and steadfastness, cleanliness, and no cheating, and humility. All these qualities come under the broad category of Daivi Sampad. So we are all made of these two, the virtues and the vices, in different proportions. Some people have more of the Asuri Sampad, some people may have more of the Daivi Sampad. And the question is, why do you call this as negative emotions? Or why do you call as that good emotions? That's the question often is asked. But is it common to everybody, anywhere in the world? Yes. All those qualities which make us grow towards higher and higher states of better health, positive health, and love and affection, more and more happiness, and more service attitude, less and less requirement for ourselves, overcoming the bondages. These are all called the Daivi Sampad. These are our strengths. And on the other side, all those things which deteriorate us, which bring us to the lower and lower levels of these things, they are called as the Asuri Sampad. Asuri Sampad deteriorates us, while the Daivi Sampad elevates us. Elevates us to what? Towards freedom. Freedom from all tensions and stresses, freedom from all our bondages, freedom from all our diseases. And this is the dimension that is mentioned as the good quality. These are the strengths. So assessment of the strength and the weakness, SWOT analysis in the management system is first mentioned here in the yoga. Yoga dimension of what you call as the Bhakti Yoga. Then we have all the freedom within us. We can go this way or we can go this way. The choice is left to us. That is, you can choose to develop our Daivi Sampad, or you can choose to succumb to the Asuri Sampad. This freedom is inherently present in all of us. This characterizes the human beings. Between animals and human beings, there is a verse that says, Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithunancha, Samanyametat Pashubir Naranam. Ahara, food. Nidra, the sleep. Bhaya, fear. Maithuna, procreation. All common between human beings and animals. If we all involved only in these four aspects, Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, and Maithuna, how are we different from animals? We as human beings have that freedom. Buddhirhinesham adhiko vishesha. Buddhirvihinaha pushubhis samanaha. That intelligence, that freedom to go either this way or this way is the speciality of human beings. So the first level is to have a SWOT analysis and then make a resolve. Yes, I'm going to go in this particular direction. Who wants to be more and more miserable? Who wants to suffer more and more? Who want to suffer from various diseases? Who wants to deteriorate? We all want to have better health, more and more happiness, and less bondages, and no diseases. Don't want to get stuck with the corona. We all want that. So the choice is given to us as human beings. Okay, therefore, you make a resolve that I'm going to change and see that we move in the right direction to strengthen my strength, my virtues I'm going to develop. Because these are the ones that help me to move towards freedom. Once we make a resolve, then the whole yoga starts. Yoga is a process for transformation. It's not merely an understanding. And we start working on this thing. What to do? So we understand one of our gross emotions is our simple friendship. We all become friends, but there is an element of gross love in it. What is the basis on which we become friends? On common friends, there are common likes and common dislikes. We build our friendship depending on the common likes. You also like Carnatic music, I also like Carnatic music, we become Carnatic music friends. You like birthday cake and he also likes birthday cake, then they become good friends. We can also become friends based on common dislikes. Once I was going in a train and it was way back in 70s, and there was one person in our compartment who went on criticizing Indira Gandhi. Everybody was silent. After some time, somebody was going across the compartment and he came and started adding fuel to fire. They went on and on and on for all nearly 30 and odd hours. They went on criticizing. That is, they become close friends. So we become friends and common likes and common dislikes. So in this gross form of love called karma, carnal desires, there is always expectation of a return. You are my good friend, so I will give you a nice party. And I expect that you also give me a good party. If you don't give me a good party, then okay, once more I will try. Second time also, if you don't return, then our friendship is gone. So always expectation of a return is the case. This is the Asuri Sampat or the weaknesses within us. From here, we have to rise to the next level called the prema. That is the real love. As the word goes, proverb goes, a friend in need is a friend indeed, as it is said. And in this, it is called as the prema bhava. Kama to prema is the process of growth, converting the gross emotions into the subtle emotions, converting a negative emotion to a positive emotion. What characterizes this real love? There is no expectation of any return. It's known as the prema bhava. Go on giving and giving and giving and giving without expecting anything in return. Every mother knows how she is on giving to every child. It's called the Vatsalya Bhava, Prema Bhava, Vatsalya Bhava. So what characterizes the Prema Bhava is the dimension of giving, serving. So this is the dimension of the real love. And as equation shows, prema equals kama plus sacrifice. That when you add on the dimension of sacrifice, when you go on giving and giving, then it becomes the real love. That becomes the prema bhava. And this is what we need in the world at large. Between father and children, between the teachers and the students, between the boss and the workers, between the government and the citizens. And that is the dimension that is the key essence for growth of a society to ideal social orders. Therefore, Swami Vivekananda again and again emphasized that we have to build this prema bhava. If we want to really make India, it cannot be made if India becomes a superpower, defense superpower. India will not be made if India becomes an economic superpower. India will not be made if we build the tallest statue of the world. When will India be made? When you channelize India to its roots. The roots are the prema bhava. Renunciation, service are the twin ideals of India, he said. And channelize India, all the rest will take care of itself, he said. And that is what we call as the path of bhakti, the science of emotion culture. And in this path of bhakti, the first step is to recognize the asuri sampat and the daivi sampat. Recognize the weaknesses and the strengths. And make a resolve, as I'm going to reduce my asuri sampat, I'm going to develop my daivi sampat. This is the whole dimension that we have to work on. And we have shown in the world at large that India had developed this to build ideal social order. Imagine, in a society, everybody wants to give and give and give. How wonderful could be the society? But some people raise an objection. No, if you just go on giving, how can you develop the economic prosperity? Along with giving, there is also the reduction in your wants. You take less and less from the society, give more and more to the society. Based on that, we had developed our ideal social orders in India. And people used to come from all over the world, not to learn yoga here, but essentially they were attracted by the richness of India, the economic dimensions that used to be here. And when they came here, they could see tremendous amount of richness. Gold, silver, diamond, pearls, everything being sold in the streets. But people were so loving, so hospitable. And everybody wanted to give more and more, more and more. And there is the honesty, integrity, love, affection. People have written about it. This is the type of society that we had to create. This can happen when we develop this prema bhava. And that prema bhava is the real love featured by giving and giving. So India is moving in that direction now, thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister Nagendra Modi ji is invoking this Prema Bhava in people. He said to the people, those people who can afford, give up the subsidy for the gas cylinders, and that can go into a poor person. And what a response! Not hundreds, not thousands, lakhs of people came forward. Therefore, in India, it is inherently built within us. Serving the society with financial support has been in vogue. In all calamities, people come forward to support. And this is going on and on. But this has to be spread further. Particularly in the context of the present crisis that we have, this is of great importance. Because now is the time that we all should have wonderful, real love between people. So nature provides these opportunities for us to raise from our normal activities of normal friendship to move towards the real friendship. So the time has come where in the locked-in houses, we develop this Prema Bhava in our entire family. The family values should be developed. And that has started happening. In the whole country, the Prema Bhava is shaping up. And therefore, in a sense, nature provides such opportunities for all of us to transform ourselves, to raise ourselves to higher heights of growth. And there is a lot of happiness and bliss that starts coming up. We had one of our vice presidents who was the Chief Justice of Banaras at one time, and after retirement he came to Bangalore and he started sharing his pensions. He said, I'm getting something like 5,000 rupees a month, but me and my wife only, and all my children are always said, I got my house, so I don't need 5,000. Just 500 rupees, 600 rupees is more than enough. Therefore, he started giving remaining 3,000, 4,000 every month, giving in charity. Used to say, people have not understood, have not experienced the great joy and bliss that one gets in giving. In giving, there is more happiness, more bliss than taking for yourself. Every mother knows when she gives for the child, even if she doesn't have, what a joy she gets, what a happiness one gets. Such happiness and bliss will remove all the stresses and tensions, anxieties and fears. And that's why Swami Vivekananda said, serve man, serve God. That when you are serving, you should be able to see that you have this attitude of serving the God within human beings. And that is the dimension that has to be looked into. So he made service as the key essence of the Prema Bhava, of the real love, which has to be propagated. And to overcome the possibilities of an ego coming up, when we are going to give in charity something, it may happen that my ego may come up. So we have to overcome that possibility. We have to avoid such a possibility. For that, we have to go to the next level of bhakti or devotion, featured by the surrender. Surrender in the castle. So bhakti or devotion is prema plus surrender. And that is the formula that one has to go. From prema, you raise yourself to the level of bhakti. So in bhakti, we always go on giving and giving more and more, more and more, less and less for ourselves, and you have the process of surrender. And surrender is a process of expansion. That is the secret that Swami Vivekananda gave us. If you understand this, surrender becomes easy. And this is how we have to grow. And that surrender expands our being and takes us to the dimensions of nice silence. And silence is bliss. Bliss is peace. Peace is happiness and bliss. So, in the Bhakti Yoga, when we practice the dimension of this Prema Bhava and the dimension of surrender, that is Prapatti Bhava, Sharanagati Bhava. Sharanagati to what? To our great country, to our entire universe. We surrender ourselves and sacrifice ourselves, surrender ourselves to the development of the whole country. That is the need of the hour now. And thereby, the India can raise to the greater heights. So if people all over the world take up this dimension of surrender to develop the whole world for better health, to overcome the challenge of the coronavirus and the COVID, then we raise to the higher heights to become one single family. That is the goal of the devotion for the nation, devotion for the whole universe, and brings about the dimension of universal love, universal brotherhood, as Swami Vivekananda said. And by doing the serve man, serve God. This is being practiced by our great leader today, our Prime Minister, who is now taking care of 40 to 50 countries by offering whatever we have, and see that we bring better and better health. So at a higher level, if we can maintain this expansive dimension of silence, then we have the wonderful growth. If a large number of people all over the world, lakhs and millions of people, if they take to this, then we can build a positive atmosphere in the global consciousness field. And that's what we have been working on for the last 2 to 3 weeks by what we call the STP, Synchronized Global Project of Prayers. Prayer is the process which helps us to expand through the process of surrender. So we have been practicing. Please join us for this wonderful practice of STP. And we start off this with a feeling that we all are together and our collective will is going to help to build a positive atmosphere at the global level and can diffuse the corona. So we need to viral this real love to diffuse the spread of coronavirus. So sit relaxed or relax in any comfortable position you like, and we start the STP, Synchronized Global Prayer. About 5 seconds of inhalation, followed by about 10 seconds of chanting of Brahmari, the humming sound of bee, or the Omkara. To start,
Feel the resonance throughout the body. Feel the calming down of the mind, silencing of the mind.
In the last round.
Thank you very much, Guruji, for yet another beautiful.
And we continue this with the resolve that we have to make throughout the globe. There are thousands and probably lakhs of people who have joined us for this SCB. I thank all of you for doing this. We come to next phase of making the resolve with the power that all of us have through our synchronized will. We'll be able to build a positive atmosphere throughout the globe. So we have 9 rounds of resolve that we are going to repeat. With all our collective power of silence, we strengthen our immune systems. With all our collective powers of silence, we strengthen our immune systems. With all our collective powers of silence, we strengthen our immune systems. With all our collective powers of silence, we strengthen our immune systems. With all our collective powers of Shanti, we strengthen our immune systems. With all our collective powers of silence, we strengthen our immune systems. With all our collective powers of silence, we strengthen our immune systems. With all our collective powers of Shanti, we strengthen our immune systems. The last round. All our collective powers of silence and Shanti, we strengthen our immune systems. That is the need to prevent ourselves from getting stuck with any infectious or contagious diseases or any of the entities. Once our immune system is very strong, then our WBC, white blood cells, and then natural killer cells will all gobble up any of the germs, infections, and viruses that come into our system, and that's how we can prevent the biggest of the corona challenge that we are facing today. And by developing that real love between us and synchronizing ourselves with that willpower, the power of silence, we can achieve great things. Let us clap ourselves that we reach that wonderful state of positivity. So let this bring happiness to everyone. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhat bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. Some people have sent some questions, and let me try to answer them.
Guruji, thank you very much. The first question is from Amritam Viva. Amritam wants to know how to get rid of ego.
The first is the understanding that we should have to get rid of the ego. Swami Vivekananda brought us this understanding, saying that surrender is expansion. And ego is opposite of that. Ego is constriction. Ego is pettiness, selfishness, smallness, and constricted thing. And surrender is a process by which you expand. So to overcome the ego, we must adopt the tool of surrender. How to do these things? To whom do we surrender? If you believe in gods or goddesses, you can choose your god or goddess whom you like. Depending on what you want to achieve in life, you can choose your own Ishtadevata. Or if you don't believe in gods or goddesses, it doesn't matter. You can choose your role model, maybe your father, mother, or teacher, or scientist, anybody. Many people have taken from Vivekananda as the role model that we have. Choose anything. And you have to surrender. Surrender is a process of resonance. Just like you tune your radio to a particular station, all the information comes to you. In the same way, you have to tune your mind to the Ishtadevata or your role model. And all those qualities are going to start coming down. So, our ego will get diffused and the constriction gets shattered and you are going to expand. So, how to tune yourself to this? The simple method is called japa. Go on repeating that same thing again and again, again and again. And it can be Rama. As Hanuman used to do that. What did he get? All the tremendous amount of stress, tension, everything he removed, and how he got tremendous amount of strength and all the supernatural powers. It's all by continuously surrendering himself to the ultimate reality in the name of Sri Rama. Ram, 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 Ram. He went on repeating that and day and night, 24 hours, and he tuned himself to Sri Rama as the reality. And it happened that each and every hair was reverberating with Ram. Rom me Ram Naam Parahata. And that's what should happen. So when we repeat that, it will not be only throat that we do the japa, but the whole body should resonate. From toes to head, there's a beautiful resonance. And that's what has to be done when we did our STP, the Onkar chanting, we are doing that. The Brahmari, the whole body was continuous in a process of resonance. This is how we start doing that. This is how we overcome our ego towards the higher dimensions. Thank you very much.
Guruji, next question, Manisha Sharma. When you do not react to insults, isn't it taken as having no self-respect? How to get over the duality?
Yes. When we encounter such insults or blames or different demanding situations, we have two options. One is you react violently for that, blame the person, hit the person, and even cut the person down and shoot him down. One option we have. To different levels of severity, we have the response. But you have another response, that you keep yourself calm, quiet, and silent, and see what is to be done for this situation. Probably you may go and pat him. Hey, you're such a good friend of mine. What has happened to you? You never become angry like that. Something wrong has happened to you. You can start working this dimension. Kartum, akartum, anyatha kartum. This is the freedom we all have. We can choose whatever is the need. When you say that you are not reacting, it doesn't mean that you are not acting. Whatever is the action needed, you can certainly do that. And your action will be more efficient. When you get lost in the emotions, your objectivity will go away. And your capacity to work efficiently comes down. As a result of that, you lose. So what Yoga tells us is maintain that calm, peace, tranquility. And you do the action that is needed. then you'll be more efficient and you'll be able to achieve better results out of this. That's the whole process that we have to do. Thank you.
Guruji, can we take more questions? One more question, can we take? The next question is, Guruji, from Sumanta now. How bhakti can be removed? How bhakti can remove fear of corona?
Yeah. Bhaya is one of the basic aspects of the Asuri Sampat. Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. And therefore, Bhaya, fear, is the root cause of all these negative emotions, the Asuri Sampat. And the whole process of the development of the Bhava to move from the Asuri to Daivi Sampat is the key for that. When we start loving the people around us and raise ourselves to the higher heights of surrender, the devotion, then the fear will vanish. For example, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa took Kalima as his Ishtadevata and he went on worshipping. But people get terrified about the terrified look of Kalima. But he completely surrendered. He started loving the Prema Bhava and he had no fear. The fear goes away. Fear is a process of constriction, the uncontrolled speed of the mind. And in Prema Bhava, in the Vatsalya Bhava, in the dimension of surrender, there is going to be a process of expansion. There is a process of slowing down. And these are the features of the softer emotion, gentler emotions. This is how fear can be overcome. Of course, yesterday I was talking as to how we have the Gnana Yoga, the knowledge which can completely remove all our fears. In the Bhakti also, by developing this Prema Bhava, the real love, you'll be able to overcome the fears associated with them. Thank you.
Next question, Praveen Kumar Reddy. Guruji, in modern times, how to choose Guru? How to set goal of life without Guru?
Choosing the Guru in the earlier times used to be easy because there were great masters who used to be there and he will look at you and give the proper directions. But in modern times, as you rightly say, it will be very difficult to find the Guru. So you start your journey. You start adopting the practices of yoga, whatever yoga you like, Jnana Yoga, Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, choose any one of them you want to start doing the things. And the nature provides automatically the guidance and you get different gurus. If you're in the primary school, you have a teacher of the primary school, then a teacher of the middle school, at the high school, at the college, at the PhD. And this is the experience of all people who are sincere, who want to have the practice. And this is what happened to even Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He had no guru, but he was so intense in his sadhana. He was so dedicated, committed. He went on doing that. And many people mocked at him, but he never searched from out his dimension. But then came the great help from several masters. Bhairavi Brahmani came, and Todapari came, and several others. This is what happens in everybody's life if you are sincere, dedicated. Therefore, don't worry about the Guru. If you already have found a Guru, you are good, continue that. And if you do not have Guru, and if you have not found a Guru of your liking, then start the practices. And as the process grows, automatically you get the guidance from various fronts. That is the law of nature.
Next question, Jai Kumar Sankaran. Guruji, what is akarma?
Akarma is non-action, silence, which we are trying to promote at the global level. And when we have this synchronized global silence prayers throughout the world, that silence, that peace, shanti is going to bring the necessary dimension of positive change. So that's called akarma. There's the karma and the akarma. One is action, another is a non-action. In action, there may be good action, there may be bad action. But akarma is non-action. Unfortunately, we don't look into akarma because we are always involved in the karma. So the secret is to see that we tune ourselves to the akarma, which is the abode of all bliss, knowledge and freedom. Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, Guruji. Conclude.
4 minutes. Close, huh? Any more questions?